That's good enough.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom, call halal, Yahabashim, Yahushua, Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect throughout the four corners of the earth. Just riding down. I mean, you can't see our faces, but me is Elder Taziawan from the DTA Minavalla camp, the brother Shalom. We going to camp right now. We on the road, and we just want to touch on a few pointers as far as the spirit go. One thing I want to say is, just venting a little bit. Like the month of June, right, is like a demonic ass month because you got the Juneteenth, right, and the Juneteenth deals with, Jake celebrating their freedom out of slavery. But, according to the scriptures, we still in the slavery. Give me Baruch 4. We are yet this day in our captivity. I think 4 and 8. Subject to payments.
What's up, Baruch 4 and 8?
Yeah.
Nah.
4 and 6. Oh, 3. It might be 3 and
3. Yeah, it's 3 and 8. Yeah. I got it. Baruch chapter 3, verse 8, it says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity."
Yeah, and that goes back to what old Babylon and modern day Babylon is a perfect image of old Babylon. So all those scriptures on old Babylon, you could basically fold on to Babylon the Great. We are yet this day in our captivity. So that's it. We could get subject to payments, but that ain't the point. But we are yet this day in our captivity. So we still slaves, man. So that whole Juneteenth shit is bullshit. It's really, cause like you gotta know Esau. The scripture says we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. Why would Esau give Jake a day like Juneteenth? You got to think like the devil, in a sense, you got to think like the devil, sort of say, like fully wrap your mind around things. And what I could come up with, Esau would give Jake a Juneteenth because Esau really is trying to do away with slavery. Like that it ever even existed. He's trying to take it out of the books. And he's fucking the minds of the youth up to the point where that never even happened. So, and he need people to feel free. Yeah, you are free in this society, free to do wickedness, free to get a sex change, free to file for divorce, or unlawful divorce at that. Yeah, you are free in this setup. So Juneteenth, the slaves was never free. So then you got Harriet Tubman, right? She was set up by the elites at the time to bring the slaves to the north because you had the rebellious ass devils in the south that wanted to keep old-fashioned slavery going. But the elites was like, nah, like, we trying to move to machines and put these niggas in the factories. That goes into the Industrial Revolution. But the crackers in the South was like, well, you do that, but slavery is our thing. And then that's when the elites was kind of like, well, fuck it, we'll take you to war. And that's what the Civil War was about. And there's going to be 2 civil wars. When you go back, America is Rome 2.0. He had power to set up life after the image of the beast. That's one scripture. And the other scripture, his deadly wound was healed. And when you look at old Rome, they had 2 civil wars. We had 1 civil war back then with Jake, crackers fighting over us, whether they want to keep us on the plantation or put us in the factories. then you had this modern day civil war that's going to take place, which I believe it didn't happen yet, which I believe is going to be a class thing. It's not going to be like how the old civil war was. It's going to be like and don't quote me on this, but it's just speculating, extrapolating, reading between the lines. I think it's going to be about like middle class versus the rich and shit like that. Because if you check, if America is Rome 2.0, and if you know about Rome enough, America mimicked Rome a lot, like too much. You know, to where it's a point they made a book, Cullen Murphy, The Fall of Rome, and the Fate of America. That's a bad book for $15 if they ain't jack it up. And it's a whole book of nothing but about comparisons to America being Rome. A whole book, like not a small book. That shit got like front and back. It got like 400 or 500 pages. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Rome had 2 civil wars. I believe another civil war gonna go down here. So we still in our captivity. But June, man, June is a fucked up month, man. Then you got this nigga Nate, right? You know, I'm gonna call him that right now. Brother say he gonna repent, but that's to be seen or whatever. But you got Nathaniel 7, Nathaniel Alagot. He's saying, you know, he quoted, it's June and ain't no microchips. And that's like a modern day saying from brothers now. Brothers making mockery of it. Because we know the chips are around. The Karagma is around. And that's one thing. Another thing is June holds Father's Day. And the fucked up thing about it, my birthday is in June. It's really my curse day. Because we was born in this bitch curse. I can tell you, can you get that Ecclesiastes in the Bible, 7:1?
Gotcha.
You can interject anytime you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, because I mean it's a sit down, but we kind of just like really chopping it up in the spirit on the ride down. You got that?
Yeah. Sorry. Ecclesiastes 7:1. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death, and the day of death than the day of one's birth.
Yeah, the day of death. And this setup, right? And birthdays go back to paganism anyway. Like, there's only 2 people in the scriptures that celebrated their birthdays. It was Pharaoh going back to Egypt, and it was Herod, which was 2 heathens, pagan men, when you look it up. But that was never a custom of the Hebrews. You know? So, in this setup, we not in our kingdom. So fuck your birthday. And birthdays are more like a selfish thing. You know? Like, people think me. Or you, it's my birthday. You gotta give me something. You gotta treat me nice. Fuck you. You just a mortal man. Or a woman. A woman is even worse.
I was just gonna say
I ain't trying to pick on women, because women's supposed to be in like more, like, not to switch the topic, right? But women's supposed to be like more modest and more humble, right? A man drunk in the streets look bad. Like a man drunk yelling, "Fuck you, nigga! Fuck ah!" You like, oh, what's wrong with this guy? It looks bad. But a woman doing it looks even badder. It looks even more worse, if that's a word. I know it's worse, but fuck it. We Israelites. More worse, right? So, because women have a effect on their image, right? If a man got broken teeth, like I got a couple broke teeth in my mouth, but I still laugh and smile in your face like it ain't nothing. A woman that have insecurities about that because they got more, they got more pressure on, because their beauty is their main commodity. That's why makeup never went out of style. Makeup is $1 billion industry. Even during COVID, bitches were still buying makeup. Because a woman beauty is her main primary agency. Because why you think fucking Big Pun and Rick Ross could walk on stage with their shirt out, fat as hell, knowing they fat as hell, and people still love them? You're like, damn, how they do that? Because men is not defined by
They
looks, but women are. A man is if you call a man lazy or a bum, or like you broke, you lazy, you ain't worth shit, you a lazy ass, or you call a man stupid, because men supposed to be leaders, so it's very important that we be a stupid man, because a woman could be stupid. As long as she's beautiful, she can still get by in life. When you watch like Al Bundy, they had a daughter, Peggy Bundy. She was pretty, but she was dumb as hell. She could always still find, a pretty woman could still find a man to take care of her. A man that's stupid. Why do you think men get on each other for being stupid? Like, if you even say a dumb statement, a man might say, "What? You dumb as hell for that." They might call you out on that. But the point is, opposite genders, we got pressure on us from what we produce, and are we lazy or not? And women got pressure on them on how they look and they chastity, whether they chase or not. Like, the first thing a woman to call another woman is a hoe. A woman could be mad as hell at another woman, but the first thing she'll call her, "You hoe ass bitch." But why is that? Because they chastity matters. Or they'll call them ugly. You ugly as hell. But you never hear other women call women broke or stupid.
Yeah.
Why? Because that's not what they're defined by. And you know, that's just a little side note. But we really getting on the month of June and how this like capitalized. Or it's not in stone, but it's starting to be capitalized as the wickedest month of all months. And I'm going through it. Right? So you got, that's birthdays, right? Get Job 1.
I got you.
It says, because Job had, the Lord killed their ass anyway later, but Job kids started celebrating their birthday, and Job had to put up prayers for him that the Lord didn't smash him. Because brothers think that shit light. Yo, the Lord ain't off that birthday shit, man. That shit is rooted in paganism. Because you got some brothers in Israel be like, "Yeah, man, it's my birthday. I know it ain't really about nothing." Nah, the Lord don't fuck with that shit. That birthday shit goes into like vainglory. It goes into self-worship. And really it's a Babylonian custom. It's just as wicked as Christmas and all them other holidays. But give me that, Job.
Just to add on to what you're saying, yeah, it's just all, vainglory, because you're making everybody look at you. Everybody come celebrate my day, everything that's about me, and,
you
uplift
can do the
me.
most wickedest shit, but you can't be rebuked. Because it's your birthday.
Yeah.
And everybody got to buy you something. Basically, you like, and motherfuckers took it from being one day to like a whole weekend or a month.
Well, women do that. I've seen women do that.
Like, they like extended the shit. Like, it's only one day you was born. One day. Not the whole fucking weekend or month. Now, you go in the scriptures, we got high holy days. That's a week long. Because it's the Feast of Weeks. That's how the Lord set it up. But people, it's your birthday. A day is 24 hours. Why the fuck you stretching it out for a fucking week long? Because people is pushing that vibration. They pushing that shit hard, bro. But go ahead.
This is Job 1:3. It says, his substance, also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500.
No.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's the next verse. My bad.
Okay, go ahead. Keep reading.
Okay. And a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the East. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day.
See? But peep that. Now, you might read that, right? And be like, oh, everyone his day. What does that mean, everyone his day? His sons went and feasted on the low. They secretly did it, but Job found out later. Now, get that same verse in the NIV. It's going to edify it. Remember, and that's why it's good to deal with other translations. Their sons went and feasted everyone his day.
Got it. Job 1:4 NIV, it says, his sons used to hold feasts in their homes on their birthdays.
See, there we go. So now we got understanding. And that's when Job, read on. It said Job kind of came later and put up supplications for him because it was off. That's not Hebrew customs.
It says, and they would invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them.
And that, see who they invited? 3 sisters. Why? Because women, and like I said, people think we be picking on women, but they got a certain mentality about them that if you don't rule over them, they gonna fuck your whole shit up. That's why I tell brothers, I know the scriptures talking about the unbelieving wife, and I'm not dissing all of that, but I'm just saying, listen, if you can't rule over a chick, I just got rid of a bitch that I really cared about. Kind of hurt me to get rid of her. But she started to be too rebellious. And once you don't have like leverage or like control or say-sos over a woman, just let her go, bro. Because that shit gonna just run you in the ground at the end of the day. It's gonna like it's gonna destroy you in a sense. But look, peep how they bought their sisters, because women is with bullshit. Women are with partying. Hey, what this kid say? She that
living in pleasures, dead
while she living. We ain't gotta get it. 1 Timothy 5 and 6. We ain't gotta get it. But on their birthday, read on.
This is the KJV. It's verse 5. It says, and so it was when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually.
Yeah, but so birthdays is a sin. But if you read it in the KJV, you'd be like, like, what happened? Because it don't really mention what they did. That's why you got to go to the NIV to link it in. And Job was like, but the Lord smashed their... Because remember, the Lord wiped Job's family out. He probably had mercy on them right then and there, but the Lord fucked them up later anyway.
Oh, I can get this in the NLT, verse 5. It says in the NLT, verse 5, it says, like you were saying, how sometimes people stretch it out extra days.
Yeah.
It says, when these celebrations ended, sometimes after several days.
Woo! I know that. Hey, that's why it's good to have brothers around. After several days. Damn. So that's that spirit. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Those are spirits coming back.
And you know how women can be, hey, you gonna do that party? Well, what about today? You ain't going, there's still food and drinks left over. We can have something today as well.
That's why you got, that's why too, it's not good to live with women. Like your girl, like, if you got kids, because it do say a child is born and best off in a two-parent home. I gotta look more into that, but it's best not to live with your girl, man, because women, even if they was a good girl, women provide comfort. And a man is not supposed to be comfortable. Anytime a man get comfortable, that's his worst enemy. Because comfort makes you like lazy. And a lazy man is bad. Because the worst thing a man could be is lazy. Not fuck broke and all them other things he could be. But the worst thing a man can, if a man is lazy, that's a spirit that, oh, why do you think men is homeless? You be looking at dudes with fucking big ass arms and big hands, fucking 240 pounds, muscle, 6'3". Talking about some dude, you got $1. You be like, what? You probably could beat my ass. But you gotta think though, like, why is this man with all this physical strength asking me for $1? Is because they lazy and they kind of plague of the mind. Like King David said, don't plague my heart. And Apostle Gabar brought out an ill point. I never forget it. He said, a lot of reason why these dudes is homeless is because of women. Meaning, they love the woman so deeply and so much that when she broke their heart, so to say, meaning like violated their feelings, because broke their heart is a like modern day term. Heart meaning your mind. So that's meaning like she let you down and you never recovered from that. You turned to an alcoholic, she took your kid, and you just went downhill. But you was always this physically strong motherfucker. And hey, that happened a lot. That happened a lot. But hey, damn, that's heavy in the NLT. That's why, yo, don't. Hey, I'ma say this for the record: the KJV is the best thing closest to the Hebrew overall. But when you go into certain topics, that KJV is shitty, man. Like when you go into the Israelite foreigners, you don't want to deal with the KJV. You want to deal with the NLT. I'm going to give you one example. Give me Acts 13:1. And the blue letter. I'm going to give brothers an example.
13:1?
Just on, because the spirit's shifting a bit. We still getting on June. Acts 13:1, the blue letter.
I got you. Acts 13:1 says, now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon that was called Niger.
Right, Niger, when you read it, right? But really the word there in the Greek is nigger. They was called niggers, right? So tap that word Niger in the Greek. Listen carefully, it's going to say nigger. They was called niggas. And niggas are Israelites, not just black people. But because in New York, Ephraim and all of them call each other niggas. Ephraim might walk, yo, what's good, nigga? Ephraim used that shit more than Jake. Because really all the tribe niggas, even Esau called Gad prairie niggas. Because when you look at Gad and talk to him, they got the spirit of a Judite. But they just, back then, they had the hair and the high cheekbone. They looked different. But when Esau really looked at them, they like, man, these ain't nothing but niggas. That's how they looked at them.
Just longer hair, different features.
When you watch the movie Ghost Star with Forrest Whitaker, they was looking for Ghost Star. They didn't know his identity. It was like, is he black or Indian? Well, they all niggers. Read on.
Oh, you want me to get that in the
Let's say it was called Niger. Hit that in the blue letter.
I'm gonna play it.
Strong's G 3526. Niger.
Yeah, it didn't say
Niger.
Niger. It said nigger, egg. So that's the actual pronunciation. Because remember, the New Testament written in Greek. Nigger, egger. Now let's get that in the NLT.
This is the NLT of Acts 13:1. It says, among the prophets and teachers of the church of Antioch of Syria were Barnabas, Simeon called the black man.
Oh, they was called the black man. Now we got to be careful with that term. It's only really one group of people on this earth, mainly Judites, right? The other tribes, nah. Maybe Benjamin, they grew up in the States. But it's only one people that refer to themselves. Hey, what's up, black man? You the black man, black power, peace to the black man. That's niggas that's born from slavery, man. So you got the word Niger, you got the word, which is really nigger, but you got to translate it as the black man. So Barnabas and Paul was referred to as niggas. They was referred to as being the black man. And that's why, the point I'm doing this is to get into the other translations. To show you. Hold on, I gotta put this in the GPS. Oh shit. That was the Lord, swerved a little bit. Glad nothing was over there. Alright. I know where I'm going, but I don't know where I'm going. Because I got a sense of direction, but not turn for turn.
No, but if I may say real quick as well, just to add on to your point with the different translations, I believe when you go to Malachi 1:4, I believe you brought that out, with Esau have I hated.
It said Esau and his descendants.
Yeah, in the GNT it says and his descendants. So you don't just think it's just one man.
Because the church will argue that. Oh, it's Esau and his sin. Esau was fucking dead when Malachi wrote this. Right. He was referring to a certain point. But it's sad you got to be petty. Like, people don't have basic common sense. You know? But it was written during the time of Malachi. Through the scribes. You know? But you got to get petty like that with these Christians. Just to make a point. Really, me, I don't like talking to them. Unless, like, the Lord put the Spirit on me, I just avoid them. I use it for edification if the camera's rolling or some shit like that. But to really straight up pursue them, because it's just a headache. They're a lost cause. And we coming in a time of the parable of the 10 virgins. And they ain't even the foolish virgins. They outside of the foolish virgins, the brothers that knew it fell off and trying to get back. And tried to make it back and got burned up in the fire. But, so... Now, going back to like the birthdays, right? Because my birthday is in June. A few days from now, June 7th. I like to disappear because people like, oh, happy birthday and shit like that. And they know I don't celebrate birthdays. They know I've been in the truth for like 17 years now. Going on 18 years. So, they know that, but they still...
Force it upon you.
People... I'm gonna tell you some shit about people. People, Salakia, because I'm following this GPS. It's been a long time. People, they hear you say something and they see you strong in something, but they will always check back. Really, it's a demon. They will always check back to see if you're weak or you change your mind. Or you don't live up to your standards. Really, it's Satan, if you really think about it. People always like, oh, maybe he don't believe in that no more. Or maybe he came to his senses. So they'll come around every year or every other year to check back with you. Hey, what you doing for your birthday? You gotta tell them, motherfucker, you know I don't celebrate my birthday. And they act dumb. Oh, yeah, that's right. But they really, what they doing, they checking to see the strength of your spirit. If your shit weak, they gonna pull you in. And all they gotta do is they need for you to do it one time. And then when you, say if you repent it and try to get back right, they gonna be like, nah, motherfucker, remember that one time you did it? So now what's the difference? They gonna hold you to that. So that's why the worldly niggas love to see you like slip up and like make mistakes. And we all make mistakes, but you can't really let a worldly person see your mistakes because they use that as leverage on why you should do it more. All right, we almost here. So, June, right? So also in June, you got, I'm going to be nice with my words, you got homosexual month. Man, I told myself this, and maybe it was a figure of speech, I don't know. But like, I live on the East Coast, the Northeast, not the Southeast like Atlanta. That's probably even worse. But like, I live on the Northeast, like New York, Upper New Jersey, shit like that, Connecticut, you know, stuff like that. Man, the sodomite vibe, the LGBT vibe is heavy. I mean, it's been around and you do see it, but it's like when June come around, the shit come like, you know, then what I do for a living, I see a lot of strangers, you know, based upon my job, I like run across a lot of people. So, like, and it's just like extra. Maybe I always seen them and it's obvious, but like, it's fucked up, man. It's like, I told myself, I know the Lord coming, and I ain't saying the Lord delay is coming, because you got them fucking scoffing ass jakes out there, or hating ass brothers that just want to point something out. Oh, he think the Lord delay is coming. No, I ain't saying that. But look, if the Lord don't flatten this shit soon enough, and this June Pride Month and all this shit come around, I might disappear in the month of June. Like, no, real talk, I'm about to get, I don't have a passport, but I'm eligible for one. I just never got one. But I'll fuck around and be like, yo, June coming in, nigga, I'm going to fucking, the islands, or like, I'm going to fucking Africa. Like, I'll see y'all after the 4th. They be like, yo, what's up with the elder? Nah, man, he every June, from fucking May 28th to July 7th, this motherfucker disappeared. Now, my money fully ain't, you know, it's just a thought. Because, yo, this shit is getting bad. And I'm not saying I'm trying to dodge Babylon, whoever, but, yo, where I live at, yo, this shit is wild. I don't know where y'all live at, whoever listening. This shit is getting too wild. Wow. Like, really wild. To, like, then you got then, see, Esau is smart, because he put Juneteenth, right, a day black supposed to stand up and shit like that. Then he put Father's Day, because Father's Day is in June. You know what I'm saying? So, even at the day that men try to step up to be, happy Father's Day, that shit is not even really acknowledged anyway. You got the whole Pride Month circling it, and it's getting bigger. It's getting like bigger and bigger, to the point where it's like, it's like you can't like deny it. I mean, spiritually you can, but it's like, you know how you like people turn away their head from shit, like try not to like, I'm gonna go over here. Like that shit is like in your, like, like I said, I don't know where y'all live at, but on some New York City 5-borough shit, Upper New Jersey, like you can't like avoid that shit. Like the month of June, that like, it's crazy. Then like, it's June, ain't no microchips. Like June, and the month for people to get married, a lot of weddings is going on now. A lot of weddings happen in June. And when you go into Canada, June, look up June on the pagan, June, what June represent under paganism. Because I could be mistaken. She's like a pagan god or something, going back to Greek and Roman mythology. And that's why, like, a lot of women, like, I want to get married in June. Because June, like, when you do your anniversary, a lot of these weddings won't live to see a fucking anniversary. Well, maybe 2 or 3, but these weddings be going to shits fast. But June go back to like a pagan goddess. You got it?
I just put June pagan month, but I'm not really seeing nothing.
Yeah, but hey, I'll give it a few months. I don't want to butcher like, the brother said something false. So if he don't pull it up, y'all can look it up yourself. But like a lot of these months deal with like paganism, like June, you know, springtime, fertility season, ceramicists to worship, because weddings, all weddings deal with is the worship of a woman. When you check weddings out, men don't get married for them. Really, it's a show to please the woman, though. And she don't give a fuck about being a wife. They just do that shit to brag to their friends. I'm married and you not. I got a ring. I had a ceremony. I had a show and you not. After that, they don't give a fuck about being a wife or a mother. They just want the entertainment. And your dumb ass spent all this fucking money to so they can have this one moment, and after that moment's over, after that honeymoon's over, they're like, I ain't cooking for you. I ain't doing none of that shit. They go back to being career woman and all that. So you get fucked, man. But June is like a demonic. Before, it wasn't like that. Now it's becoming like the worst, for me at least. It's like the worst fucking month of the year. But you got something?
No, I ain't seen
I
it.
ain't find that. That's all good. Maybe y'all could like look into this. I think the elder Tazadaba touched on it. Or one of the elders that I could remember a few times back. Maybe it wasn't June or another month, but it was still kind of like one of those summer months where it was kind of like, oh, you got Bacchus, like out in Brooklyn. You got the fucking Eastern Parkway.
Yeah.
Man, now they haven't did that shit in a couple years. They tried to do a little something. I think this year might be the biggest since COVID. Not the fucking finesse, the dragon juice. I forgot I gotta speak in code and shit. The dragon juice, and that really go back to Bacchus, and that's in the month of June. So like this shit is like all like chaotic and fucked up, man. You know?
If I may say real quick, I remember telling you about that one time. For anybody that may not know about, what happens on the Eastern Parkway, because I'm Benjamin, so I've actually been there once and I didn't like it, but that was outside the truth. But you got a term called wine, right? When not drink, but like when a woman whines on you, she'll be like rubbing her ass on your your midsection or whatever, and a woman will have a man go to Eastern Parkway, line up on another man multiple men that she don't know, and then come back to you and lay next to you like nothing happened.
Yeah. And guess what? That's you can't keep blaming the woman, because Eve been wicked since the garden. That's you niggas' fault. The Lord told you if she don't go the way you have her go, give her a bill of divorce. The Lord told you, thou shalt not take a wife or have a daughter here. The Lord told you, blessed is the barren. But you do still choose to wife these Western fucking thoughts up and make them your girl. Y'all don't vet them. Y'all don't look into their past. They disrespect you. They tell you fuck you, and you still like deal with them. So my thing is this: like, you had like what you got coming. Like you got like the Lord gave us the blueprint to navigate Babylon. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time. And I'm not saying don't have a girl. You got a girl, have a girl, but have multiple girls. And don't put your spirit into her. And if the bitch act up, get rid of her. Get fucking rid of her, man. Brothers ain't even here yet.
No, right there. Oh, you sound right there. Spot.
I'm gonna swing around. You gonna hold it for me.
Alright, but we done?
Yeah, we at camp. I would love to like talk a little more, but hey, with that, man, because the spirit could kind of like, the spirit like the wind. Brothers could kick it all day. But with that, man, Shalom. Hope that was edifying to the elect. All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Shalom.
Shalom.